Good morning, everybody. It's day 2 of our challenge, and I think I've bitten off more than I can chew with this topic, but I'm going to give it a go in 5 minutes flat. I will be writing about it in the blog post, so hopefully you can get some more details out of it there. But I always work on the premise that what I do on a daily basis is my habits, and what I plan to get out of it all, I guess, is my goal. And the interesting thing is how some people can overlap those two things. So, first of all, our goal in the 30 days is to have a piece of writing at the end of it, or to have a substantial block of writing done towards a project, and that's really an interesting thing. And then our daily habits are the things that are going to get us there. So I'll be focusing more on daily habits tomorrow as we get down into the nitty gritty of how we're going to achieve this thing. But first of all, did we do anything yesterday? Did we start? I know I got a bit of a shock, and I know a couple of other people who are in our group said, oh my gosh, we've got to really get serious about this thing. So I think it was 8:30 last night, I still hadn't done my daily word count, and I know me that if I haven't done it first thing in the morning, it's most likely not going to happen. But I forced myself because I'm accountable to you guys here in this group for the next 30 days, and I thought, if I don't have anything to say, I can't expect you guys to either. So I did, I think it was, 520 words or something, but it was pure rubbish, but it's on the page and it counts as day 1. And now that it's on the page, the exciting thing is I can fix it, and I'm hoping that you guys have the same story. I opened a Scrivener document, I've got my little folders ready, and we'll be talking about tools a little bit later on, but it's there and it's alive and it's living and it's breathing, and it's going to grow because every day I'm going to add to it. Only this time I'm going to do it sooner rather than later. All right, so what's your goal for the 30 days? Are you going to write it down? Is it achievable? I know a lot of people talk about SMART goals, and a lot of business type people have actually hijacked this lovely topic and turned it almost into, I guess, a productivity term that works very well in businesses, but I'm not as convinced it works as well for creatives. Setting a deadline for your goal is an interesting thing. We've set it here by saying 30 days, and I know a couple of us in this group are writing books, and we haven't made those deadlines. So I'm going to suggest that it's more about the daily habits that is making us fall over. If we haven't prioritised this as one of the most important things we should be doing every day, then I can pretty much guarantee that it's not going to make it to the top of the pile. And that's what happened to me yesterday. I was so busy doing all the other bits and pieces that the writing didn't happen till it was almost too late. So I'm going to suggest that we turn things around and get our writing done first. But again, there's this wonderful book by Cal Newport called The One Thing. And it's not about just making one thing happen a day. It's about managing your time for the whole day so that you don't allow your time to be hijacked by things that shouldn't be on your list. And that's all very well and good if you haven't got kids and things don't go haywire and it doesn't start to rain and you've got to race out and bring the washing in and all sorts of wonderful things that can go wrong on a daily basis. I bought this wonderful thing called the Freedom Journal. And I don't know if any of you have heard of this thing. It was plugged very heavily on the internet there for a long time. Now, I love my Freedom Journal. It's all about setting your goals for the next 100 days and how to achieve them on a day-to-day basis. And I have religiously filled this thing in. I'm up to about day 15, which is really, really impressive. But every time I fill that out, it helps me establish what I want to do for one day, what I want to do for the next day, and it sets me off on the track again. And I think we have to have some sort of process in place. So what I want you to do today, for tomorrow, for when we really delve into our daily habits, I want you to write down what your goal is. Now, I went to a conference with a fellow down on the Gold Coast, and he made us list 100 goals. And I thought, I got up to about 5 because I just wasn't into goal setting to that degree. So I suggest we pare this down a little bit. If we want to write our non-fiction book, and I know some of us are, let's get that well and truly nutted out by the end of the 30 days. If we're starting a story, and we'll be talking about ideas and how to control and contain them as they take off, let's get that on the page. Let's not get bogged down too much in SMART goals and this goals and all the business stuff's that's out there, because I can guarantee you'll fail. I mean, I've failed so many times, it's ridiculous. If your priority is not this little writing habit, then it won't happen. If you haven't allocated a time in the day for it every day, then it won't happen. It's like all those courses that we buy, and we all buy courses. If we haven't prioritised them, then they just won't get done. And it's like you can pay me to coach you, but unless you prioritise that, it won't happen either. I've got two little lovely books here that I want to show today, and I'll be showing you my library. The Writing Life by Annie Dillard. That used to be my Bible when I was starting out. And the other one that gets quoted ad nauseum, and it's a very good book and it doesn't deserve to get floated around like it is when half the people don't understand it, it's Anne Lamott's Bird by Bird. This one here is just amazing, and it will get you where you need to go. But the only other thing that I've got to say is, are you serious about these 30 days? Is your goal to actually achieve something at the 30 days? Are you prepared to commit to the point, whereas if you haven't done your writing first thing this morning, are you going to stay up till 10 o'clock tonight so that you've got it done? Let us know in the Facebook group. I know we're up to, I've got more than a dozen of us now, only after day one. If you haven't downloaded your free copy of the writing guidelines, the voices in your head, grab a hold of that, because we're still, at that dreamer inspiration, getting it downstage before we get down to the nitty gritty. I'll see you tomorrow, and I'm not leaving this chair till I actually commit to doing my words today. Okay, I'm 6.5 minutes, so I've got to go or I'll get in trouble and break our 5-minute rule. Let me know what your goals are.